It all began in the summer of 2024 in the quaint beach town of Seaview Cove, New Jersey. Nestled along the Atlantic coast, Seaview was the kind of place tourists flocked to for its pristine sands, boardwalk arcades, and fresh seafood shacks. But beneath the sunny facade lurked something darker, a history of unexplained vanishings dating back to the 1800s. Ships lost at sea, fishermen dragged under by rogue waves, entire families gone without a trace. Locals whispered about the call, a siren-like lure from the ocean that drove people mad. My name is Emily Hargrove, 28, a freelance journalist from Philadelphia. I'd heard the legends while researching a piece on East Coast ghost towns. Intrigued, I convinced my friends to join me for a week-long getaway. There was Jake, my boyfriend of 3 years, a software engineer with a penchant for debunking myths; Sarah, my best friend since college, a graphic designer always up for adventure; her husband, Mike, a burly gym trainer; and their college buddy, Lisa, a nurse with a sharp wit and a love for horror movies. We were 5 young professionals escaping the city grind, armed with sunscreen, beer, and skepticism. We arrived on a Friday afternoon in late June. The drive down the Garden State Parkway was uneventful, filled with playlists and bad jokes. Seaview Cove greeted us with salty air and the distant crash of waves. Our rental was a weathered beach house on Ocean Avenue, 2 stories with creaky wooden floors and a wraparound porch overlooking the dunes. It was cheap, suspiciously so, but we chalked it up to off-season rates. That first evening, we unpacked and hit the beach. The sun dipped low, painting the sky in oranges and pinks. Kids built sandcastles, couples strolled hand in hand. Nothing seemed to miss. Jake fired up the grill for burgers, and we laughed around a bonfire, toasting marshmallows. Sarah snapped photos for her Instagram, captioning one, "Paradise found in Seaview Cove. Hashtag beach vibes, hashtag squad goals." But as night fell, the atmosphere shifted. A thick fog rolled in from the sea, muffling the waves to a whisper. The bonfire flickered erratically, casting long shadows. Lisa joked about sea monsters, but Mike shushed her, pointing out a distant figure on the shore, a silhouette standing motionless in the water, knee-deep. We watched for a minute, then it vanished into the mist. "Probably just a night swimer," Jake said, shrugging it off. I wasn't so sure. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard it. A low, melodic hum, like wind through a conch shell, but with words I couldn't quite make out. It lulled me to sleep, but my dreams were plagued by drowning faces.
The next morning, Saturday, dawned clear. We shook off the weirdness and headed to the boardwalk. Seaview's main strip was alive with vendors hawking cotton candy and funnel cakes. We rode the Ferris wheel, played skee-ball, and won stuffed animals. Sarah and Mike rented bikes, while Lisa and I browsed souvenir shops. In one shop, an old man behind the counter, Mr. Harlan, the sign said, eyed us warily. He was in his 80s, with skin like weathered leather and eyes that seemed to hold the ocean's secrets. "You folks staying long?" he asked, ringing up my keychain. "Just a week. Heard some stories about this place. Any truth to the legends?" His face darkened. "The call ain't no legend, miss. Started after the great storm of '92. Folks hear it, they walk into the sea, never come back. Last summer, a whole family, poof, gone." Jake, overhearing, chuckled. "Sounds like a good ghost story to scare tourists." Mr. Harlan leaned in. "Ain't ghosts, something older, from the deep. Stay out of the water after dark." We left laughing, but his words lingered. That afternoon, we swam in the ocean. The water was cold, invigorating. Mike body-surfed waves, Sarah floated on her back. But as I dove under,
I felt it, a gentle tug at my ankle, like fingers brushing skin. I surfaced, gasping, but no one else noticed. Dinner was at a seafood joint called the Crab Shack. Over lobster rolls with shared laughs, but Lisa seemed distant. "Did anyone else hear singing last night?" she asked. We all paused. Sarah nodded slowly. "I thought it was the wind." Mike dismissed it. "Tinnitus from the city noise." Back at the house, we watched a movie, some slasher flick. Halfway through, the power flickered. Outside, the fog returned, thicker than before. Jake checked the breakers, but everything was fine. Then, from the porch, Sarah called out, "Guys, come see this!" On the beach, lights danced under the water, bioluminescent glows pulsing like heartbeats. We watched, mesmerized, until a scream pierced the night. Down the shore, a woman thrashed in the waves, her husband yelling for help. Lifeguards weren't on duty. Mike ran toward them, but by the time he reached, she was gone, pulled under. The police arrived an hour later. "Riptide," they said. "Happens sometimes." But we saw no struggle against current. She just sank. That night, the humming returned, louder. I recorded it on my phone. An ethereal melody, words almost discernible. "Come, join us." Jake listened, frowning. Could be whales or something. I posted about it anonymously on a local forum. "Weird sounds in Seaview Cove? Anyone else hearing this?" Responses flooded in, dozens claiming the same, some dating back years. One user, Deep Watcher 92, messaged, "It's the call. Get out while you can."
Sunday brought rain, gray skies matching our moods. The news reported the woman's disappearance as a drowning accident. Her name was Carla Jennings, 45, from out of town. No body found. We tried to salvage the day with indoor games, cards, board games, but tension simmered. Lisa was jumping at every creak. Sarah complained of headaches, saying the humming wouldn't stop. "Let's investigate," I suggested, journalist instincts kicking in. We drove to the local library, a small building with musty archives. The librarian, Ms. Ellis, helped us pull old newspapers. Articles from 1892 detailed a shipwreck, the SS Meridian, lost with all hands. Survivors? None. But reports of ghostly voices luring fishermen. Deeper digs revealed patterns. Every 30 years, spikes in disappearances. 1892, 1922, 52, 82, 2012, and now 2024? 2012 had been a bad year, 12 missing, blamed on hurricanes. Ms. Ellis whispered, "Some say it's the Meridian's crew, cursed to expand their ranks. They call from the abyss." Jake scoffed, but I felt chills. Back home, we reviewed my recording. Amplified, the words clarified. "Come to the deep, eternal rest." That evening, Mike suggested a walk to clear our heads. Reluctantly, we agreed. The beach was deserted, fog cloaking everything. As we strolled, Sarah stopped, staring at the water. "Do you hear that? It's calling my name." We listened. Nothing, but she waded in, ankle deep, then knee deep. "Sarah, stop!" Mike yelled, grabbing her. She turned, eyes glazed. "It's beautiful down there." He pulled her back, but she fought, scratching him. Once on sand, she snapped out of it, confused. "What happened?" We hurried inside. Lisa locked doors, drew curtains. "We need to leave tomorrow." Jake agreed for once, but sleep evaded us. Around 2 a.m., I woke to footsteps. Sarah was gone from her room. We found her on the porch, staring seaward. "They're waiting," she murmured. Mike shook her. "Who?" "The lost ones." We dragged her inside, but she screamed, convulsing. Blood trickled from her ears. We called 911, but the line was dead. Storm interference, we thought. By dawn, she was catatonic, humming that tune.